Hi, good morning, team, listeners, and viewers. I am Vanilla Gustin, your host for today, and the pleasure is mine to welcome you to our first M&C Talks. This forum is for you, it's with you, and it's all about you. It's to inform and share valuable information for your success and meaningful conversations to encourage and inspire you on your journey with us, M&C Group of Companies. For our first episode today, we will explore and highlight some key benefits and how it is valuable for you. I have the pleasure to be in the presence of two ladies that I work with in our HR department, and it is great to have them here so we can discuss their part and their role in the topic of benefits today. Ladies,
Kizane, Benefits Administrator.
And Senior Payroll Clerk.
ladies, thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. I hope everybody's doing okay.
Happy to be here.
All right, wonderful. Now, our topic for this morning or today is benefits. And I would want for you to list some of those benefits that are valuable to us here with the M&C Group of Companies.
Okay, so here at the M&C Group of Companies, we offer our team members a plethora of benefits. Some of those include charge accounts, a laundry allowance, we have medical insurance, we have life insurance, we have long service recognition, we also have staff savings, our employee assistance program, we have paternity leave, just to name a few, as well as some scholarships and school book allowances.
Great. So we have quite a few to choose from today, but we kind of want to zone in a bit. Can you tell us what is the health insurance?
Okay, so most of us will remember the little line on our job offer that says medical insurance and a rate, right?
Yes.
So just to clarify, here at M&C, we do offer the team members a major benefit towards our medical insurance. The company actually covers 1/2 of our medical insurance premium. So that little amount that shows $27.25 or $84.55 for depends on the family or individual, half of that is covered by you and half of that is covered by the company.
And does that rate vary based on the employee?
Yes. So if you want to just cover yourself, it's usually at $27.25. If you want to cover your spouse and your family, your dependents, that would be your spouse or your children, $84.55.
At what point can the employee access that health benefit?
Okay. So once again, once you would have gone through the onboarding process with the HR department, you would have completed several forms. Many of those would include the medical insurance enrollment. So it's more or less an automatic enrollment after you pass probation. So all you need to do is just complete the form with HR and then we organize the rest.
So team, it's important to remember the probationary period. You have to successfully complete that section before you are able to enroll in the benefits plan.
Correct.
Now, what about life? What is life insurance?
Life insurance is also a major benefit to our team members. So what we need to consider about life insurance is that the company pays for it 100% of our life insurance. So the $27.25 that we do put towards our coverage is only towards half of our medical insurance. So our life insurance is covered completely by the company. And our life insurance is 2 years worth of our monthly salary that would go towards our beneficiaries or who we've listed as the persons to receive it at the end of our time.
So who would be my beneficiary?
Your beneficiary is someone that you would list to receive your life insurance should anything happen to you. So if you pass away with us while you're still working here with us, we would put together that 2 years worth of your salary for your beneficiaries to receive. So your beneficiary could be your mom, your siblings, your children, but that person would be the one receiving it after your passing.
So going back to health insurance, would that be beneficiary? Who is the person benefiting from that insurance?
Okay, so apart from yourself, the team member, your dependents would benefit. So like I mentioned, your dependents would be your spouse or your children. So if you're married, your husband, if you're in a common law relationship, and of course your children, your son, your daughter, if your adopted kids as well, would benefit from your medical insurance coverage.
All right. Yes. Now, I want for us, we're thinking figures. I want now Keisha to tell us, how does that work?
Okay, so like Kizane said, After your probationary period, then we would have that deducted from your salary. So on your salary, you would basically see abbreviation that says MED. That is a medical deduction.
Okay, so MED is medical deduction. Get that right, team? Medical deduction, all right?
And it is stated under the amount section, not your year-to-date YTD.
Get that
Under
right?
your amount section, it would show that cost that you pay monthly.
All right. Now, with the health, the life, and the medical, we want to understand for the employee, what is the value to them?
The team members would benefit from the medical insurance through claiming, basically. So if you have a medical emergency, you have a medical incident, your daughter is ill, you're ill, you have a stiff neck, you have a back pain, go to the doctor. You have a tooth that's paining you, go to the doctor. That's why we have the medical insurance coverage here for you to support you through that time. So there's no, oh boy, I have to go to the doctor right now. Is yes, boy, I have to go to the doctor because I already paid my medical insurance coverage. I might as well. Yes.
So it's available for your use. Yes. Kizane, you also mentioned savings. Can you tell us what is that?
Okay. So a staff savings account is basically an opportunity for our team members to put aside a portion of their savings towards something. So you're more or less creating a savings account, and that's more or less a direct salary deduction from the payroll department.
Okay, so with that savings, you're saying that it can be any amount from 25 to 50 to 100.
Whatever you determine to be the portion of your salary that you want to allocate to your savings.
Now that sounds fantastic because I want to capitalize on that.
Absolutely.
So Keisha, again, we're thinking dollar signs. How does that work on a monthly basis, the savings benefit?
Okay, so after your probationary period again, you would have the savings. You decide the amount that you want to take out to put on your savings. We then deduct that from you. And just to say we have competitive rates, M&C gives us competitive rates of interest on our savings plan, and it just assists persons in different ways. We like to leave it as you put that there and forget it's there.
Set it and forget it.
Forget it there.
Forget it. Forget
It's
it.
not an ATM machine. You just set it there and you forget about it. And we've had employees who come and they, in difficult times, they would remember that they have that amount of money, or they don't even remember how much money it is. And to their surprise, when they see it, they're like, oh my goodness, that would cover the entire thing. So for example, funeral costs, you have medical emergencies, family emergencies, all of that. So back to school, you have a few books to buy, you have that savings right there with us. So
For rainy days.
yes, but just to note, no over-the-counter deposits. So you don't come and withdraw and say, I will put it back anytime. It has to be a salary deduction.
Right. Now, how does a person apply for that savings?
Basically, you just come to the payroll department and you fill out a form stating you need a deduction, you put it as a savings, and that's it. We apply for an account number for you, and then we go through the process.
So team, if you have not done so, you still have the opportunity to open that savings account. For rainy days, bear that in mind, it's for rainy days. Okay, now we're still on savings. We've covered the health, the life, the medical. Charge accounts, what is that?
Okay, so a charge account is more or less a credit account that the team members can set up so they can receive or they can purchase goods from our M&C group of companies or our jail sister companies. Some of these companies include, as we know, M&C Drugstore, M&C Home Depot, Peters Holdings Limited. We have PCD with Food Marts, Wet and Cold. We have Cul-de-sac. We have House of Wine. So these are some of the businesses that we can allocate our charge accounts to.
And how does a team member access that charge account?
You would apply for it through a form in HR. So you contact the HR department to get a form to complete it.
And we know this charge account, I do believe that it goes hand in hand with payroll. So Keisha, can you tell us how does the employee, what is the process involved in that charge account when it comes to month-end salary or fortnight salary?
Yes, so at the end of the month, we would receive a listing of the charges that has been taken by the various employees. When this listing comes to us, we then deduct it from your salary. It is deducted on the 25th for monthly paid workers, and for fortnightly paid workers, we split it in half. So we would take half the first fortnight and half the second fortnight. After that, it would be paid by the end of the month. So we deduct it on the 25th. We then need to pay it over to the necessary companies by the end of the month, and you start charging the new month. So, for example, if your charge account has a limit of $100, you charge that entire $100. You cannot charge within that month again. You need to charge the following month.
Okay.
As well as if you use half of that money, you cannot say, well, I charged $50 in April. I can charge 150 in May. No, it doesn't roll over. You use only $100. Only your limit, your maximum limit, that is what you use. It doesn't roll over for the month. Yeah.
Okay. So team, it does not roll over. And so far what we recognize with the benefits and what we're discussing, it creates a level of accountability. It creates a level of you need to be able to control, to manage the resources that you have available to you. And that is a fantastic thing to do. Absolutely. So we commend the group for at least establishing those benefits. We spoke about, now we still on the whole person, the whole employee. And Kizane, you've mentioned EAP. What is EAP?
EAP is the Employee Assistance Program. Now, EAP is twofold.
Okay, tell us what that
EAP
is.
assists the employee while they're here with us, and also if they're separated through retrenchment or redundancy.
Okay.
So, for an employee who's here with us now, we would assist you with regards to resolving your personal matters that may spill over into your work.
That affects your work
It
and
may
your
affect
performance.
your work and your performance. So sometimes it may not necessarily yourself, but your colleagues or your co-workers as well. So the EAP, the Employee Assistance Program, is geared towards assisting our employees in that regard. So we have a private and a certified counselor that is enlisted to perform these services, and of course we tap into that through the HR manager.
All right, but you mentioned the second part, retrenchment. What is that?
Okay, so that looks like if a team member position is being made redundant through restructuring or retrenchment, etc. We have a setup in place for the team members to be able to access that type of support and that type of service. So in a form of retooling our team members, right? So you can say, hey, within 6 months of your retrenchment, you can decide to retool yourself. You can say, you know what, NRDF offers a course or a study that interests you, that piques your interest. You can say, hey, I would like to tap into that. So once again, within 6 months of your retrenchment, you reach out to us to say, hey, you want to retool yourself. You have seeked out and you have already provided us with what you want to do, your invoice to let us know what you want to do, so we can assist you with that regard. What you need to notice that it's a one-off payment.
One-off, okay.
Right?
One-off
so we're
payment.
paying the cost as a one-off payment.
Is it written to me or the institution?
To the institution.
Okay, so I don't get the check directly in my name. No. Okay, all right, just making sure. Now, you've mentioned the retooling, the reskilling. And Keisha, I mean, so far from your discussion, we understand that the company cares about you from beginning to end, from the time you enter as a successful employee to the time when, you know, the relationship is no longer. So I think that is fantastic. And team, I believe we're sort of running out of time. However, is there anything else that you would like to add to today's discussion?
Since you were speaking about benefits, what I do want to encourage your team members to look out for is our next upcoming benefits. We have the school book and allowance right around the corner. So look out for these flyers, look out for these postings so you can take part.
Great. Keisha, is there anything else that you would like to add?
Sure. Just a reminder that our benefits listed, it kicks in at the end of your probation. And also pay attention to your pay slips. There are abbreviations on there. Like I mentioned, MED, you have your deductions for your charge accounts. Pay attention to these listings. It will tell you what they're for. So yes.
Great. So team, we've covered and we've highlighted some major benefits: health, life, medical, savings, our charge accounts, and EAP. And Keisha and Kizane, I want to thank you so much for your time and your insight. Thank you for being here. And team, thank you for listening. Viewers, thank you for being here. I would want to remind you, everyone, to stay tuned for more exciting episodes to come. And it was a pleasure to be here today, a pleasure to be here with those ladies. Feel free, team, to share, to comment, to like. We would love to hear from you. For you, with you, M&C Talks. Thank you.